Hi guys, it's Ed here from eBusiness Boss, and today I'm going to be showing you how we find low competition merch by Amazon ideas. Not only that, I'm also going to be showing you how we then qualify these ideas by using Helium 10 to find low competition but high search volume keywords. I'm going to be dropping a link to Helium 10 in the description below. If you do decide to use this, you will be saving 50% and we will make a small commission. Let's jump into the video, guys. So guys, let's take a look at how we find low competition merch by Amazon ideas. So as you can see, we're in Merch Research. So this is an extension of Merch Informer. A lot of you probably know about Merch Informer. It's a fantastic tool. We'll leave a link to that in the description below. I only found this part of the tool probably about 6 months ago. You can find it by searching merchresearch.com and you'll be redirected here. So as you can see, it's got the marketplace you're in. So it has other pre-selections of UK and Germany. It has the apparel item that you're going after. I'm always looking for t-shirts. And then it's got a keyword or search term bar here for you to put in specifics if you know what you think you might want to go after. Or if you want, you can leave it blank like we do just to see what comes up. So as we go in, you can see we've been hit with 80,000 merch by Amazon results, which is absolutely huge. You should definitely be able to find something in here to work with. As you can see, there's things that would obviously have some sort of copyright or trademark attached to them. Anything Dr. Zeus, Barbie, SpongeBob SquarePants. But there's also going to be a lot here that hasn't got any copyright or trademark attached to it, which is fantastic. And that's the stuff that we want to be going after. Unicorn pumpkin designs, obviously very popular. I have plans in the garage. Someone who's car mad, or I don't know, a mechanic might like that. My perfect day, wake up, play video games. That's going to be for the gamers out there. So as you can see, as I scroll through, there's a lot to select from. And as you can see, a lot of these designs, not only do they look good, but there's the social proof. Some of them have huge amounts of reviews. And you're probably thinking, well, how am I meant to compete with 263 reviews? You're not. We're using this as inspiration. And where we go next is where we dig a bit deeper and we try and see if actually there's any holes in these really popular niches to exploit with high search volume but low competition keywords. So, for example, I know this Pluto design, never forget Pluto. I know, well, as you can see anyway from the reviews, this particular listing sells very well. But I know that this particular niche, never forget Pluto, has low competition, but a decent amount of search volume that you might want to exploit. So, like I said, we're not going to be looking at this listing in particular, mainly because we're not going to be able to compete with almost 600 reviews. If I just simply select never forget Pluto and go back into this screen and key these keywords in and hit search, we're now going to get a more specific search for the keywords never forget Pluto. And like I said, I've seen this phrase before, and it mainly sells on t-shirts. It obviously sells on other apparel, but I definitely know it sells on t-shirts. So as you can see, we've now been hit with 103 results, which is absolutely fantastic. That design, as we know, and you can see here, it has 586 reviews, which means it's selling a lot, but the competition it's up against is small. Just like a lot of these designs, as we know, if you're on the top line, then you're making sales. $16.99, you're making around $3. $19.99, as we know, you're making around $4.50 to $5. So you're making a decent amount here. So guys, this is exactly what we're looking for. As you can see, the designs are sort of mimicking. They're quite similar. As we scroll down, you can see they've kind of got that vintage feel to them through the first at least 2 lines. And as we scroll down, you can see they're starting to change slightly. So again, that's a clear sign. Look at these designs here. This is obviously sold. It's got 4 reviews, and these are potentially selling as well. But it's very clear that the designs that are selling well are this kind of vintage look. And again, all of these designs are different enough, so you can do something similar and put your own spin on it. So like I said, we're probably not going to look to mimic this listing with almost 600 reviews. And we won't use it to search for keywords, again, mainly because the likelihood is if it's got that many reviews, it's also going to show up for a lot of keywords that even aren't relevant to the listing. The bigger your listing becomes on Amazon, the more they're going to push it, which means you're going to start ranking for keywords that aren't even related to it. So we're going to look for a listing that's still got reviews, but maybe has fewer reviews. So let's take this one, for example. 32 reviews, selling at $19.99. So if we click on that, and all we're simply going to do Yeah, so it's got a good rank. It's inside 500,000, so it's probably selling maybe at least one or two a day, or 3 or 4 a day. So, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to take this ASIN, we're going to put it into Cerebro, and you'll find Cerebro in the toolbar and Helium 10 when you log on. So Helium 10, you can actually do one search per day for free. The amount we're uploading at the minute, we're uploading between sort of 50 to 100 designs sort of every couple of weeks. So we've got the Helium 10 tool paid for, which means I can do batch searches, and you can search as many ASINs as you want until you can't search anymore. So you're going to paste your ASIN into the search bar and hit get keywords. And this is a great tool, nice and quick, and gives you the results instantly. So as we can see here, it's pulled up the shirt. It shows you the total amount of keywords. Organically, they're ranking somewhere for 750, almost 1,300 sponsored keywords, and they're showing up for 222, or Amazon are showing 222 recommended keywords for this listing. So you might be thinking to yourself, right, how am I going to work my way through almost sort of 2,000 keywords? And we're not. First of all, we're going to put some filters in here. So the Cerebro IQ score is basically a score that Helium 10 have come up with. The higher the score, the better the keyword. And they work the score out based on how many people are searching for this keyword versus how many products are available for the keyword. So obviously the more searches and the lower competition means good, just delete that bit. So the higher the search volume, the lower the competition is fantastic. That's what we want. The higher the competition, the lower the search volume in most cases means a lower score. It might still have a high search volume, but if there's high competitors, then again, it's not worth it, and we should sort of steer away from that. So in here, I tend to put at least a minimum of 100, and I put a maximum of 1,000. And that's only because sometimes you can have a listing, or you can have a keyword with a really high IQ score, but that could be because it's got copyright against it or trademark, and obviously we want to steer away from that. So sometimes you might have a Cerebro IQ score of 7,000. You think, oh, that looks great, but it's very likely that it's like that because there's high search volume because it's popular, but the number of competitors is so low because they have a monopoly over that keyword. So that's what we're going to put in for Cerebro IQ score. On the match type, we only want to go after organic. At the moment, when I'm listing on merch, I am listing the product organically, and I will only turn on sponsored ads once we've actually made some sales and we've got maybe a review or two, just as a bit of social proof. As I come down here, competing products, maximum 1,000 for certain keywords. Obviously, under that listing, there was 100 competitors, but we might find other keywords that might be relevant, stuff to do with space, space travel, this sort of stuff like that. So hit apply, and we'll now have a much more filtered list. And as you can see, we've now got 163 keywords, which is absolutely fantastic. That's sort of what we want. And as you can see, these keywords, the top one, remember Pluto, a Cerebro IQ score of 648. That's fantastic, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Search volume, 250 competing products, under 386. The CPR 8-day giveaway. This is a bit more relevant to maybe private label products. So this is basically based on how many products do you have to give away over an 8-day period to rank number one for that listing. Well, obviously with merch, we're not necessarily going to be giving products away. You can get into the realms of people buying them and refunding them, but we personally don't do that. We just try and rank organically to start with. As you can see here, Pluto t-shirt, IQ score of 313. As we scroll down, Pluto shirts for women, Pluto shirts for girls. Again, good IQ scores. But as you can see, everything's a bit mixed up. And again, we're going to want to filter this slightly more. So up the top here at Helium 10, you can hit export and Excel. And again, on larger lists, it can sometimes be a bit slower, but on the whole, it is relatively quick. And what Helium 10 have done here, they've exported all the information into an Excel sheet, which means we can filter down on this much easier. So what we're going to do is stick some filters on. And the information we're looking for is the Cerebro IQ score, the search volume, the competing products, and the 8-day giveaway. So instantly, I'm always going for 8. 16, 24, it's very likely these keywords might be relevant, but they're going to be high competition. So not interested in those. and this information here as well. You might want to keep the organic rank there just so you can see where that listing's ranking for, but this information we're just going to delete for the time being. And then I'm going to filter the Cerebral IQ score from largest down to smallest. And basically it's just a simple case really of filtering down here and then listing the products that are actually relevant to us. So all of these, you might want to start Google searching them, but I can just instantly tell they're not relevant to the t-shirt we're trying to sell. So we're going to delete these rows. And the first one is Pluto t-shirt. So it's the top Cerebral IQ score, so we're going to keep that. And we're going to start scrolling down here. Pluto, see, and you have to be careful. Pluto shirt meant Disney. So obviously we all know the Disney character Pluto. Obviously we need to stay well away from that. It's not actually relevant to the t-shirt. The next phrase that we're going to be interested in is remember Pluto. So again, a great IQ score here, competing products versus search volume. Let's keep going, see what other good keywords we can find. So forget Pluto. Now you might think to yourself, why are you going to want to forget Pluto? As we all know in Amazon, it's not only just about the exact keyword phrases, it's also about parts of the keyword. So never forget Pluto. So the keyword forget Pluto has got a great Cerebral IQ score. So by sticking never forget Pluto, or sticking never on the front of never forget Pluto, you're still getting the phrase forget Pluto in there. So again, you're going to start ranking slowly over time for these keywords. As you can see here, I missed that one, never forget Pluto as a phrase as well. So instantly you're covering these two straight away. So as you can see, we're starting to build a picture of the sorts of things people are searching for, and also build a picture of what this listing in particular is actually ranking for. So Pluto as a planet, again, a great score. So instantly there, and as we can see, the list is much longer here. And it takes time to go through it, of course, but these keywords are all ranking in the top 20 organically for that listing. And when we take a look at that listing again, it's got 32 reviews. It's selling for $19.99. And these are all keywords, just by searching on Helium 10, that we can go after. Obviously, once we've checked them for trademarks, of course, they're all keywords that we can go after that are free for use. And like I said, the higher the score, the more you're going to rank for these products. So the next thing we do, obviously, we might do a deeper search. But basically, what we're going to do here, say we're happy with the searches that we found, we're going to delete these and we're going to highlight these as the keywords we're going to go after. And what we're going to do here now, we are going to make sure that these keywords are in our brand. Unless you might be looking at selling a general brand where you want to put all of your t-shirts under, and that's absolutely fine. But for this to rank with SEO as high as you can organically get it, we're going to want to look to get these keywords in the brand, in the title, in the bullet points. As we know, you don't rank for the description, but you can also chuck them in the description as well. You can make your description 2 of your bullet points. And that way, you know, you've got the term, for example, never forget Pluto in every single part of the listing that can be SEO optimized. And that's how we do it, guys. So give it a go. Let us know down in the comments how you get on. If you've got any questions or any further questions and you'd like us to explain anything further, of course, please just ask. We're more than happy to do it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Like I mentioned at the beginning, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And yeah, we'll be getting some more content out there about Merch by Amazon very soon. Thanks for watching, guys.